3, 2, 1.
We are here in Soroti City. We have just launched the revenue, the local revenue enhancement plan for Soroti City. This plan puts together all the issues which are going to help Soroti City to be able to mobilize local resources. This plan has been developed with SIATINI, with the support of Oxfam, in collaboration with the technical team here in Soroti City, with the policymakers, with the politician, and with also other local organizations like PAC. So we have been able to come up, that entire team has been able to come up with a very vibrant local revenue enhancement plan. This plan looks at the revenue sources, the policies which are needed, the skills which are needed. So it's a comprehensive package to assist Soroti City to be able to collect more revenue. And it's going to assist in revenue mobilization in Soroti City. We have been doing this in other cities. We have also supported Guru City to be able to come up with their plan, and also we are assisting Nebi also for them to come up, Nebi municipality to come up with a local revenue enhancement plan. These plans are really useful because there is a need for resources at local level, yet there have been challenges in the way revenues are being mobilized. But what's also coming out here, that the issue is not just about collecting revenue, but also the way these revenues are utilized and the way they are reinvested back into social services and into development sectors.
My name is Magara Siraj. I work with Oxfam, and today we were launching a local revenue enhancement plan for Soroti City. We know that cities have challenges of mobilizing revenue to provide services to their people. So it is important that cities come up with plans of how they can improve revenue collection, be able to generate enough revenue to at least be able to give services to the city dwellers. One challenge that is very key is people not wanting to pay taxes. Because first of all, they refuse to pay taxes since when they don't know exactly what revenue is going to help them achieve. So we have agreed that it is important to strengthen downward accountability systems to ensure that taxpayers know exactly what they are going to achieve with their taxes, be able to see how their taxes are being utilized. That way it increases the compliance of taxpayers. And when taxpayers comply, we are able to see increased revenue and improved service delivery in the city.
How it's funded, how these activities have been generated, what they have planned to do, what they have planned to raise administratively, otherwise, and management, but also riding on the systems that the Local Government Finance Commission has put in place. Integrated revenue administration systems are very mobile, very agile, simple, and user-friendly, so that actually the money is picked, is collected, so that the money that is collected is not misused. It addresses the leakages, and indeed, the local revenue enhancement plan is supported by that system. That's why Soroti is beginning to shine and being mentioned in forums as a performer or best performer in local revenue generation.
My name is Akello Emmanuel. I work as a deputy town clerk for Soroti City. Today we have Today we have received and launched our 5-year local revenue enhancement plan for Soroti City, which is going to run for 5 years, up to financial year 2027-28. Now, to us as a city, we accord a lot of importance towards service delivery. We have just become a city, and the scope in the city has expanded in terms of service provision. Initially, we had 16 square kilometers. Today, we have 238 square kilometers of the city, meaning that we are going to have a lot of services to offer the people. Now, this local revenue enhancement plan is going to be a tool for us as a city, for us to mobilize as much revenue as possible. We have put there a number of activities that can enable us to mobilize revenue. And once we mobilize revenue, I think the services in the city shall improve, and the welfare of the people in the city will drastically improve. We want to emphasize that we are going to have all stakeholders involved in this revenue mobilization. We are going to train taxpayers, we are going to create awareness for taxpayers. For those who are engaged in actual revenue collection at the town agents, we are going to equip them. And now that we have even gone into automation of revenue in the city, which the law even provides for, the new city regulations provide that all cities must automate revenue. And we are already automating revenue through the IRA system, the integrated revenue administration system. We now want to see that our own source revenue improves, our own source revenue increases, and services likewise shall improve. And that is our target, that the local revenue enhancement plan will help us go through. Thank you.
So briefly, so far, what has been some of the key challenges you have been experiencing in tax collection? Aware that Soroti is one of the areas in Uganda which is struggling, losing money to the errant taxpayers.
The major challenge we have been having is leakage in revenue. This manual collection of revenue, we realize a lot of leakage. Those collecting revenue in the field there don't declare. But now that we have brought the IRA system, everything is going to be automated, and all that leakages is going to be cut off. Already we are implementing IRAs, and we have realized an improvement in revenue collection.
And how much do you lose to leakages?
In terms of this year's budget, our budget is 24 billion shillings. Out of the 24 billion shillings, only 3.2 billion is supposed to come out of local revenue. So we expect that this year, if we have improved on revenue collection, we shall collect 3.2 billion shillings. Unlike previous where we could collect 1.5 billion or 1.8 billion. So now we expect that improvement to take place.
My name is Joshua Dog, the mayor of Soroti City. First of all, it is something very impressive for us as a city. You know, a 5-year development plan is a very important document. Just like the way the budget is very important to a local government. Now, what does the revenue enhancement plan do? Revenue enhancement plan shows us how we are going to collect the revenue, from whom the revenue shall be collected, what strategies we are going to use to collect this revenue, and also it shows us the people that we are going to serve, and also it lets us know how we should serve them. So generally, it is a very important document that guides us when it comes to revenue. Now, people always demand for what they call good governance. Good governance cannot come without revenue, because everything revolves about revenue. So you have wondered why this time the civil society, in this case Oxfam, SIATINI, working with Public Accounts Center Uganda, has come on board. It is because of partnership. You know, as a local government, we also have to create partnership. So we are very grateful to Oxfam, working with the agencies of SIATINI Public Affairs Center, the local NGOs around, the media, and the local government for teaming up with us to prepare this document. Today we were launching it. We have been doing it ourselves, but fortunately this time, through that support that we have got, which has saved us a lot in terms of resources, in terms of time, and in terms of expertise. We are here and we have it. So today we have launched it. We are going to follow it because it guides us. And from now, we should be able to do what they call evaluation after monitoring. We wish to do it internally, monthly. Then also working with our partners, we want to be doing it after every 3 months. Then after some period, like 1 year, then we can have what they call annual review done. So it is a document that we cannot afford to do without.
I think to me the issue of creation of a city was a welcome move. It is within the Sustainable Development Goals. If you look at agenda, the city's agenda 2030 focuses on using the cities as a vehicle for social transformation and enhancing the sustainable development. But of course today we're in a very important function here where we are launching the City Local Revenue Enhancement Plan 2022 to 2027. But of course the issue I raised was basically about that if this revenue plan has to work, we need 4 critical things to be addressed. One is the issue of vision. What type of city do we want to create?
Yes.
What type of city do we want to create? Do we want a Las Vegas of Uganda, focusing on the trade and leisure, sporting and leisure? Do we want a commercial hub like London? Are we interested in an industrial hub like Frankfurt in Germany? Do we want a forest city like Johannesburg? Or do we want an academic center of excellence like Dar es Salaam and Lagos? So here, because this will motivate people to contribute to resources to address and bring to fruition a vision. So without a clear vision, you're wasting time. So that's one aspect. So our leaders, or else we get trapped in what I call operational trap. Operational trap is where you keep on focusing on operational things and you forget about bigger picture. So then the second important thing is strategic investments. The cities are made, and for it to realize its dream, it must focus on strategic investments. The strategic transport investments. What type of transport infrastructure do we want? As a city in the next 30 years, do we have a metro system? Do we have the border? If you looked at, is a phenomenon created by poor public transport planning and investment. That's why we have it. So the citizens are now responding on their own. So I think the issue of strategic investments in health, in education, in sporting, in transport, in what are very critical in driving the local revenue agenda. Because people need to know what is it for. And this vision, and this must be communicated. You imagine if I have a very big billboard indicating a highway that is going through my village with the glittering lights and so on. It will motivate me first to release the land, because I know that good road will. Imagine if we had a metro network already planned for and people see it. Then the encroachment on the reserve land on roads will not be there, because people know at one time a metro is going to pass here and we shall need. So that's the second important thing. There needs to be a clearly defined strategic infrastructure development for cities. If government is not going to do that, it's going to be a problem. The third issue is politics. It is politics, the belligerent type of politics we have in Uganda, even affected our city. Our mode of politics is not of dialogue, it's of war, it's of fight. where one group talks of dissipating the other. Even the creation and right now we are still in courts of law. If you look at the map of Soroti West, for example, it looks like Zambia was making fun. Eh? It is meandering. When it is a home of people, it dodges. When it is what? And it is creating suspicion among.
What do you think Soroti City need to do for them to be able to benefit from this plan which has been set today?
That is the thing I'm talking of. They have to streamline politics. I've already mentioned the two things. One is they must come up with a clear vision of what type of city we want to create, and this must be communicated very well. And then two, they must define clearly the type of strategic investments we want to establish. The metro system, the health infrastructure, the educational infrastructure, the industrial sector, so that when you're asking people that the road is going to pass here, where is it going? Eh? If you that will be this one, this highway will serve an industrial park. This highway will be serving a new stadium we are putting in Agora. Eh? For example, if our dream is to be a sporting and leisure center, that means we shall be planning to have three mega stadia, and indoor stadiums for boxing, for other things. So you'll be showing a road, that this road will be leading to this, and people will invest. The third thing is we need to streamline our politics. The politics of belligerent is hurting this country. You and me, you know, these fights, like the fights in the city, politicians are not providing strategically, especially from the top. In terms of here, we have ministers, and they are the ones precipitating the chaotic politics in the city. All the big shots from Teso sub-region are causing more political mayhem in the city. So to me, I think that one must be streamlined. And finally, the establishment of a master physical plan. We don't know, which is based on a strategic vision. If this is to be a sporting hub, then the master fiscal plan will be indicating it, where the roads, the metros, and all feeding into it. If it is a travel hub, it will show us where the airport is, where all this. So we need a master fiscal plan. These are the four critical things. If we don't handle this very well, there's no way you will be motivating people to contribute, because local revenue collection and mobilization must be to help realize an accepted and appreciated vision.